All right, good evening, everyone. Um, Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Cold Doye. I don't know if I got that correctly. Okay. Good evening, Shemlori. Can you guys hear me? I want to be sure you guys can hear me. Oh, okay, good. Good evening, guys. We're still waiting for other people to join the call this evening. So probably if you know someone that should be on this call, please, you can do well to reach out to them. Do well to reach out to them now and tell them we've started already. Welcome, Testimony Nadesoji. You're welcome. Testimony Adesoji. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome. Good evening. Please, if you know other people that are supposed to be on this call, please, you could quickly reach out to them. Let them know we've started. So let's quickly take a minute to do that. Just reach out to people that are not currently on the call, maybe your friends, whosoever it is you want to be on the call. Just reach out to them and then let them know we've started. Um, our speakers are ready to Our speakers are ready for us this evening. Please, you can also share the links. Share the links on your WhatsApp status and other platforms you can. Let's share the links. So very quickly, I want probably someone to just tell me what your expectations are for this meeting this evening. Just let me know what your expectations are for this meeting this evening. Testimony, call, call it do ye. I presume I'm right. So you can just tell us what your expectation is for this meeting, what you hope to learn, what you hope to gain, whatever it is. Just let us know what your expectation is for this meeting. And testimony, John, tell us something. Call it do ye. John, tell us something. Richard Adeta, you're welcome. Emmanuel, welcome. You're welcome. Olorun show me. I hope I'm right with the pronunciation. You're welcome. Oladoyin, welcome. Emmanuel, welcome. Oladoyin Akinleye, welcome. I'm seeing Eniola. I'm seeing Eniola Alimi on the call. Welcome. Peter, welcome. I'm seeing my very, very special person on this call. Ajala Oluwatoyin. Toma, good evening. So good to have you on this call.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. So please, once again, quickly share the links on your WhatsApp status or whatever Instagram, or I mean whatever social media platform you use. Just quickly share the links. Let people know we've started already. Our guest speaker is ready for us already. So please, let's share the links in like 30 seconds. Let's quickly go to our WhatsApp pages. Probably you want to share on Instagram, Twitter, and let's just quickly um share the links. So can anyone tell me what they expect? Just one person. Just unmute your mic and tell me what you expect at the end of this seminar. Anybody wants to do that? Oh, I have my brother and friend on this call. Come here. Come here. So good to have you on this call this evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Um, we're starting right about now. We're starting right about now. So please, for the very last time, if you have anybody you want to be on this call, please quickly reach out to them, let them know we've started, and then we are going straight right into the first session this evening. All right, we are going to the first session this evening. We're going to the first session of this meeting this evening. All right, and to lead us in this first session, I'll just quickly take a portfolio, and then please you would help me welcome her in grand style. All right. Gloria is an impact driven individual with a passion for problem solving, technological innovation, and leadership development. Over the years, she has helped to scale several tech companies in the AI and cybersecurity industry across continents by providing services in technical content development, user research, and product management. Her enthusiasm for change making and leadership development has inspired her to found an exclusive organization for emerging leaders named Brooksy. She has led several change-making projects, one of which is Creative Fest, where she equipped 1,000 plus creative individuals across 12 different countries with digital creativity and tech skills. As a thought leader and community builder, she devotes her time to reading voraciously and sharing ideas in social media spaces. She has built a LinkedIn community of 7,000 plus enthusiastic individuals and 1,000 plus subscribers on our tech newsletter. Gloria dreams of seeing a world where everyone rises as a leader to inspire the change they want to see. Please, with a warm welcome, can you help me bring up Gloria Adesina, founder of Brooks, as she take us in our first session this evening? Mrs. Gloria, please, you're welcome. You're welcome. So good to have you on this call this evening. Please, you have the floor.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Good evening, everyone. I believe I'm clear enough.
Good evening.
All
Hi,
right,
Gloria. Good evening. You're welcome. You're
all
welcome.
right. Such a delight to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Okay, okay. Do I have to introduce myself again? No, I don't have to. You've done justice to that already. So it's such a delight to be here, and I'm really excited to be amongst students and recent graduates again. I'm also a recent graduate too, so I would say that I'm still among the same class of people, and it's such a privilege to be sharing my knowledge with you. All right. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the power of self-discovery and how to find your path and how to find your path beyond the academic walls. Before I move on, I would like to appreciate the convener of this event. Thank you so much for the invite. It's a privilege to be here again. All right, I'd like to share my screen shortly. Coming. All right. So the power of self-discovery, finding your path beyond the academic walls. All right. So before I start, I'd like to share a short story. To be honest, I would say that I never really considered doing anything outside of academics until the Corona break. I mean, Corona actually exposed us to all of our weaknesses as students. I can remember how I was like, so you mean if I'm not in school at present, I feel useless. Like, just imagine. It felt good going to classes, hosting for good CGPA and all. But when Corona now came, I was just like, please, who am I outside of the walls of school? I'll say that was when my journey of self-discovery actually started. And today I'm going to be sharing with you how I actually found my path. I'm still finding my path. I believe that self-discovery is actually a journey. It's a journey. It keeps unfolding and unfolding. So I'm going to be sharing with you practical tips and insight that has helped me in the past. All right, so here's what I have for you. I'm talking about the concept of self-discovery, the mindset of an ideal student, the mindset of a purpose-driven student, and the self-discovery compass, meaning how to discover your path outside of academics. Okay, so I have a very short time, so I'm going to just be running very fast. All right, so what really is self-discovery? What really is self-discovery? I don't want to assume that everybody here understands what self-discovery means, okay? So self-discovery is actually the process of understanding who you truly are beyond what others perceive you to be, right? Self-discovery actually means discovering everything that makes up you. It has to do with discovering your strengths, your values, your passion, your purpose, and everything that sets you aside from the crowd. I believe that God is so dynamic in his doings that he did not create any two persons the same way. And that's the reason why you cannot afford to follow someone else's path simply because you like what the person is doing. You have to find your own path and stand out in it. So if you check the slide carefully, I highlighted the word process because self-discovery is not something that unfolds to you all at once. It's not something that falls to you all at once. You discover it, right? You discover it. And I want to let you know that self-discovery is an active process. See, I've met people who just tell me things like, oh, I'm still trying to find my path. The question is, what are you doing in the process of finding your path? You get it right. It's a discovery, like you are doing something to discover something about yourself. So you don't just sit down and just think that, oh, I'm still trying to find myself. It's something that you do actively. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how this works. So before then, let's talk about how many students think, right? The mindset of most students. So if you fall into this category, you know that you have a lot of work to do. So this is how many students think. Their life is what determined by the academic system, and they cannot see themselves outside of the academic settings. And that's the reason why they're all agitated when they are finishing one phase of their lives. They're like, okay, I just finished secondary school. The next thing to look forward to is university. And when you're done with the university, the next thing to look forward to is NYSC. Then after NYSC, the next thing to look forward to is masters. While that sounds great, but you actually have a life outside of the school system. That's what I want everybody here to understand. You have a life outside of the school system. The school system is just a curriculum that the society just created to bring everyone to an equal form of learning. I hope you get that right. It's just what the society just created to just help everybody access a certain kind of knowledge or a certain level of knowledge, right? I would say that the academic system is actually a leveler. It puts everybody on the same pedestal, right? And I would say that that is not, while that is great, actually, that should not define your life. The society or the government cannot define your life, right? Right. So secondly, its successes and its progresses are what attached to the school grading system. I was there too. Every time I failed something, I used to feel like all is done. Like I'm done. Right. I mean, it took me a while to actually detach myself from my schooling and my grading, right? I wanted to say a story right now, but I'm not sure I should say it because it's going to take so much time. Okay. The next one is that it thinks short term and cannot see the future ahead. See, something about the schooling system is that it just shares the word, it kind of shortens your sight. You're unable to see outside of the school system. So everything you are looking forward to is maybe the next 5 years' time, the next 4 years' time. You get. So many students don't think long term, they think short term. And I hope this is not you, right? This is not you. So the fourth one here is that his identity comes from his failures and successes. So I just mentioned that I was also there, right? I felt like the best part of me was my grade, and every time I failed, I just felt like maybe I'm not that good of a person. Get. So many students still attach their identity to the failures and successes they get from their academics. All right. Next slide. So how should a purpose-driven student think? Sorry, please give me a few seconds. I need to turn away this fan from my head. All right, so I'm back. So how a purpose-driven student should think. How a purpose-driven student should think. That is how a student who has discovered his or herself should think. So the first thing you see about a purpose-driven student is that it thinks long-term. It thinks long-term so that it begins to make decisions in the present, in view of what it seeks in the next 10 to 20 years time. See, I used to tell people that when you really understand where you are going to be honest, there's a way you would just learn how to engraft the whole academic system into what you've discovered about yourself and your path and your journey. See, I know people in 100 level, when I was in 100 level, they decided not to pay so much attention to their academics, not really because they did not like academics, but because they discovered something. They discovered a vision that so much consumed their mind that academic just became a part of their life. And everything they did, right? Everything they did, maybe as regards the academics, was in view of where they were going to. So you see students like that in miss lectures. I'm not saying everybody here should miss lecture. You see students like that in miss lectures and let me know is the word. Maybe not miss exam, of course, you can't miss exams, but you see them maybe miss some lectures or some classes just to make sure they are available for their vision. And that's because they know that the school system is actually a temporary system, and whatever they are able to do, whatever and how well they are able to push their vision in that system will actually make an impact on where they are going to in the next 10 to 20 years, right? So that's why it's very, very, very important for you as a student to know exactly where you are going, right? So that you can begin to think long term, right? So the next thing I would like to share is that their successes are not defined by the academic goals, but how well the academics was move them closer to the picture and the future what they see for themselves. All right, I think I've talked about that in the previous slide. So the next thing is what it leverages the resources and non-school related opportunities that are presented to him. So a purpose-driven student has a life outside of academics, right? A purpose-driven student belongs to social organizations, is pursuing a career path, right? Is doing something that he has seen himself do, or he can see himself do in the next 10 to 20 years or probably 50 years of his life. So, and the fourth thing here is that, it what takes decisions that what prioritizes purpose as much as academics. So because you are pursuing the vision does not mean you should now totally neglect academics. We just have to like find a balance to it. All right, so this is just a comparison between what an ideal student is like and what a purpose-driven student is like. Now let's move on to the main subject of discussion, which is how exactly can you discover yourself? So if there's no academics, if you are not in school, what exactly would you be doing? What do you know about yourself outside of the four walls of the academics? All right. So I want you to understand that every treasure deserves a search, right? You inclusive. So you cannot discover anything you do not look for. So you can take a pause and think about that. Understand that every treasure what deserves a search, yourself inclusive. You cannot discover anything you do not look for. See, when I started, I already shared with you that self-discovery is not a passive journey. It's not a passive journey. You have to be intentional about discovering who you are, where you want to go, who you want to become, right? And I'm mentioning here again that every treasure deserves a search, you inclusive. So if you want to know yourself, you have to search. Yeah, and I'm going to show you how this works. You cannot discover anything you do not look for. So these are the practical and proven insights that can help you discover yourself beyond the walls of academics. So the first thing I would like you to know is this: sustain a posture of inquiry. Sustain a posture of inquiry. I intentionally use the word sustain. It's not something you just try to search and just say, oh, let me place my hand on this, and that. It's a sustained posture, right? So make sure you are not settling for what has been presented to you. Stay curious. Stay curious. I know that I believe that not everybody here is maybe religious or is a Christian, but I would like to share this example. Who remembers Moses in the scripture? Do you know that the whole destiny and the whole fate of the Israelites was actually depended on that simple action of he turning to check what was happening in the burning bush? See, sorry, I would really like to get your responses. If I'm saying anything and I'm asking for a response, please just put it in the chat box. So do you all remember that part in the scripture when the Bible talked about how there was a bush, right? There was a bush, and then the bush was not burning. There was fire in the bush, but then the bush was not burning. So what now happened then? Moses actually turned and looked. Do you know that if he had not turned and looked, do you know that we don't know how God would have tried to catch him? The truth is that self-discovery is not a puzzle that God is trying to make you crack, or you get it's already there. Like, it's, you just have to turn and look at it, right? You just have to like turn and look at it. So make sure what you stay curious, sustain a posture of what inquiry. You must keep questioning what can be against what already exists, right? So answers will always come when you search long enough. Answers will always come when you search long enough. And also note that you cannot know, you cannot have beyond your appetite to know. So everything starts with a strong desire and what? An appetite to know, right? So don't forget this, sustain a posture of inquiry. So the next thing I would like to highlight is this: study and make good research. This sounds like really basic steps, but your answer is in this simple insight. Your answer is what? In this simple insight. So study and what? Make good research. Study and make good research. So you can never find yourself if you do not develop the muscles of your mind through reading and studying. See, there's a part of you that can only be found in between the pages of a book, right? I love citing the Bible as an example. So the Bible in Daniel 9 verse 2 says that, of course, I'm unable to quote everything, but this is one part of that verse that says, I, Daniel, understood by books. I, Daniel, understood by books. If Daniel, a great man, can understand something by books, how much more you? What exactly are you consuming? See, you are what you consume, right? See, in your process of discovering yourself, right, the strength of your mind is actually very, very important. There's some things you will never be able to see if you are not a student. One who studies outside of the walls of academics, right? So Daniel said, I, Daniel, understood by books. So how much more you? Even Jesus read. Do you remember that part of scripture that says, I come in the volume of the books and it was written about me? Right? The volume of books, volume of books. See, there are just some things that you cannot find out if you do not read. I was having a conversation with someone and the person said something that, but I don't like reading. And I'm like, reading is not meant to be fun. Reading is not meant to be fun. Yeah, that's the truth. Of course, there are people who read because they like it, or maybe they're reading novels, they enjoy how it makes them feel, or probably they just enjoy the insights they get from reading. But the truth is that reading, research is rigor. They're trying to discover something that's going to turn around your life. It's not always meant to be fun. That's the truth. We just have to kill that mindset that that reading should always be fun. It's not my hobby. I just prefer to just sit down and listen to something. You have to read. You have to open the pages of books, right? So study and what make good research, right? You need to what strengthen the muscles of your mind. One thing that books help you do is not just to give you access to information. It's also to open your eyes to new insights, also to strengthen the muscles of your mind, right? So that's it about studying and what's making good research. All right, this one is actually very, very important. This one is very, very important. All right. So serve. It's simple. You cannot know the capacity of what you can do if you do not serve. So you can't even know the capacity of a thing if you do not put that thing to use. See, how do you know that your phone can last for 6 hours? How do you know your phone can last for 6 hours? Right? It's because you've used it, right? You've used it and you say that, oh, this phone can actually last for 6 hours without going off. So it's the same thing too with you. You might never discover some of your capabilities if you do not serve, right? So a major part of your journey to self-discovery will happen in what's the process of service. So don't turn down any opportunity to serve or lead in any capacity. Right. And that's one of the things I learned quite late when I was in school. I'd say that my first 2 years in school, was just focused on academics. I didn't know anything, right? I it just got to a point where I just knew that there was more to my life than this whole academic stuff. So what did I do? I started serving. I served, I was here, I was there. I mean, I exhausted myself and I exhausted my time in service. And that's the truth. There's a part of yourself you will never know if you do not serve, right? So make sure you serve in school. Just make sure you serve in school, serve in any capacity possible. So the next thing I would like to share here is what skill up. Skill up. Okay, before I move on, I actually saw some of the expectations and I felt a little bit bad that this 30-minute session would not be able to address all of the issues that people have concerning navigating their path outside of the four walls of academics. So one thing I would do after this is to just give room for people to send me an email, right? So if you have questions, like serious questions where you think you should really, really talk about. So you can just send me an email at askgloriaadditional@gmail.com. So in case I'm not answering your questions here, because I'm trying as much as possible to stick to the question, to the topic that was given to me, right? So that's just by the way. All right, so skill up, skill up, skill up, skill up. I started my career journey in school, and that's totally defined my life. To be honest, it totally defined my life. All right. So I don't really like to talk about my income or how much I earned, but right from when I was in school, I was already earning in good seven figures in school as a student. I mean, I'll be writing exams and I'll still be working. Yes. I mean, I did that in school, right? So it's not too late for you to start. If you're still a student, it's not too late for you to start. So skill up. So you never know what you can do until you are empowered to do it. You will never know what you can do. You don't know that you are a good writer because you have not learned how to write. You don't know that you can play the piano because you have not learned how to. So skill up, right? Skill up, skill up. So start building what's your career now. So there are basic skills that I believe that every student should know. Every student should know, no matter how passionate you are about solving problems. So you may never be able to contribute to the problems if you are not empowered in the right way, right? So you're seeing some things and you're like, I really want to be part of this. I want to, but how? How do you want to be part of it? I like what you are doing. I want to be. I mean, some people have come to meet me and they're like, I like what you are doing. Can I be part of this? And I'm like, okay, what can you do? And they're looking at me. So what do you expect me to do? So go and skill up. If you are really passionate about maybe building with people or building something tangible, go and skill up. Go and skill up. You don't know how much you can do until you are empowered to do it. Please let this stick to your mind. I mean, keep this at the back of your mind. You don't know how much you can do until you are empowered to do it. Right? So skill up in every way possible. I believe that there are just some basic skills that everybody should know. That's one of the reasons why I organized a creative workshop, right? I just believe that there are just some basic skills everybody should know. Right? Everybody should know how to write. Everybody should know how to write, right? Everybody should know how to communicate, right? Everybody should know how to edit videos, even if it's the just basic video editing skills, right? So I just believe that there's some very basic things that everybody should know. All right. So skill up, get the certifications you need, just skill up in every way possible. All right, identify your community. This is very, very important. This is something I didn't get to. This is something I didn't get to do early enough. Yeah, that's something I didn't get to do early enough. So one of the greatest facilitators of your self-discovery journey is the community, what you are allowed to influence you. And this includes your friends, your words, your social organizations, and every community, I mean, you belong to, right? So I believe that there is a way being among people who are doing great things can actually influence you, right? See, for me, for every level I grew into, or should I use the word, for every level I ascended into, there was always a relationship. I mean, there's always a person that pulled me into it, right? I was having conversations with some people recently and I told them something. I was like, nobody really, really rises to the top. Someone actually pulls them there. right? So you actually need someone. You need someone. You need someone. I mean, self-discovery journey is not something you can actually do alone. You still need to be in a community of people that can what infuse some mindset into you. And there are some things about yourself that is someone that will show it to you. That's the truth. See, time is not going to permit me to talk about some things about self-awareness and self-awareness, right? I would have talked extensively about that. So there's some things about yourself that you might not see if somebody does not point it to you. And that's as important for you to be in the right circle of people, right? So join organizations, join social organizations. So while I was in school, I joined Futa Debate Club. I was there for the longest time possible. I think I was there from 2020 January to 2023 to when I was graduating. Yeah. And I also joined ISEC at a point, and then I left. Yeah, so we have social organizations. We have like JCI, we have ISEC, we have enactors, we have, I think, impact leaders. I don't even know, but just check around yourself and identify your community. You can't be in every community, no matter how beautiful it seems. Me, I left ISEC at a point because ISEC was not for me. Yeah, ISEC was not for me. So just identify your community and be part of it. Yeah, this one also is very beautiful. So make reflection and meditation and habits. Make what reflection and meditation and habits. So that's where you get your light bulb moments. See, if you're always busy, you're always in the noise, there's some things that will never come to you. There's some insights that would never come to you. I would say one of the benefits I got as a person, I would say one of my biggest advantage as a person is, I don't want to use the word being an introvert. I don't think I want to use that word. I'll just say that I'm not this kind of person that meditates and reflects a lot. I mean, I reflect and I meditate a lot. You barely, you really find me in the noise. That's the truth. You barely find me in the noise. And that's why I would say that my mind is actually a well of ideas. That's the truth. And that's because I have made reflection and meditation my habits, right? So it's always easy for me to have engage in my inner dialogue, see exactly what is in there, and act on it, right? So this is where you get your light bulb moment, right? So there's power in withdrawing from the crowd to seek answers through communion with God and what engaging your inner dialogue. There is power in it. There's power in it. All right. So this is what I have to share with you today. So at the end of the journey, what you will get, at the end of the journey, what you will get to value more will be who you became outside of the walls of academics. So as a student, make sure you build side by side. Don't neglect any aspect of your life. Make sure you build side by side. Don't neglect any aspect of your life. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, I know that there are so many things I could not touch on. So many things I could not touch on. So I'd just like you to just send me an email. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or on Instagram, or just send me an email at askgloriaadditional.com. I'll be very, very happy and even more relaxed to answer your questions. All right. So I know some people still have questions for me on this call. So I'll be handing it over to the facilitator right now. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Gloria, for that amazing session. I mean, that was really, really amazing. And I'm sure everyone learns one or two things. I myself I had to pen down a lot of things. Please, in the comment box, can you just help me tell Gloria, thank you? I mean, just tell her thank you for that amazing session. Tell her thank you for that amazing session. All right. So very quickly, if you have any question, I mean, we should be able to take one or two questions. So if you have a question or two for Gloria, could you just signify in the chat box if you have a question or two for Gloria, can you just signify in the chat box? Let's know you have a question, and so she can quickly take our questions before she goes. Anyone? Questions? Questions. We should be able to take 1 or 2 questions. All right. Anyone? You have questions? Oh, everybody wants to send a mail.
I have a question, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Thank you very much, Ma, for that very, very important session that you just led us. But I have a question that has to do with community, because I heard you talking about having an healthy community. What can I do to get into a stronger community that I'm currently in? So I know that things are in levels and I want to change levels, and I see that these folks are operating on this particular level. What do I need to do to actually get into that space, to actually connect and network and then get into their community so that I can also have access to things that they know? Thank you, man.
All right, thank you so much for this amazing question. Okay, so when it comes to networking, right, and connecting to the right set of people, I believe that you cannot network with everybody everywhere, right? So this thing you just mentioned is actually a big deal, right? So one of the things I do, okay, my biggest principle of networking is this: get yourself into the community of people whose present reality looks like the future you see for yourself. So that's exactly the principle that guides my own networking. And how exactly do I network with people, right? For example, I can start to pay for events. I stopped going, I stopped going for some free events, maybe like last year or 2 years ago. Why? Because networking is important for me, and the quality of things I hear in meetings are actually important to me. So what do? I pay to get into communities. See, I pay a minimum is what a minimum of 50,000. Yes, I pay that much to just get into spaces. So you get it, you might just have to make that sacrifice on your path. Like, okay, I want to be in this community. You can make research or interact with some people who seem to be in the kind of community you aspire to get into. So just you can reach out to them, get to know the course, pay. The truth is free communities, you get anybody, you can get any kind of person there. So once you pay to get into to get somewhere, right, it's going to filter the kind of people that have access to that space, and it's also going to like give you the opportunity to meet share the word greater caliber of people. I hope you understand.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much for that amazing answer. So, anyone else has any question? All right. Just give it. Raise the hand.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful session, L'Oreal. I have a question to ask. I mean, I you made reference to the fact that when you were an undergraduate, that you were working, right, and you were even doing work during your exams and is making good money. So I'm like, how do students balance this? Like students who are working or maybe into tech and also want to excel in the academics, are you going to sacrifice one at the expense of the other, or how do you go about it? And also, how are you able to like define your parts? Like, this is the work I feel like I want to stick with, because I know a lot of people might have tried out some roles and feel like this one doesn't work well, move to another tech role or to something else just to ensure that okay, they are making a living or surviving students. So what would be your advice for such person? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that question. Okay, so how did I do that as students? Number one, a brutal time management skill. Or should I use the word time management ethic? Yeah. So that's it. I find time every way possible. See, as much as I was working as a student, I was also actively serving. I'll say I was actively serving in fellowship. I also belonged to some social organizations, and I was also very involved there. So how exactly did I do it? I managed my time. See, you will not find me, there's a place you will not find me in. There's some activities, choice what there are some gatherings, there's some events you know just find me in. See, I just make sure that I manage my time in the most brutal way possible. You see me inside short too, working. Is that funny? Yes. I mean, I make sure I block time in such a way that I don't even have 5 minutes to play. Yeah, that's how I did it. It was exhausting, yeah, but I had to do it. And there were days I had to sleep 2 hours a day. You get it. There's always time. That's the truth. It just depends on what you are able to sacrifice. There is always time. And one thing I've also learned again is self-mastery. I've built self-mastery in such a way that what will take me 3 hours before can take me 1 hour or 30 minutes now. Yeah. So some people want to try what I do. I was like, I've been building this thing for a long time. I've been building it. Okay, let me tell you something very, very funny. I had a speaking invite. Was it some time ago? That was, I think, this month. No, that was last month. And I was so busy that I could not prepare for it. You will not believe that I created the slide in an hour, prepared for the session in an hour, and everything went well. It's funny. Why? Because it's something I've learned over time, right? I cannot tell the convener that, oh, so sorry, this came up. I just had to just do it. Due to that, what it took me an hour to prepare for can take some people maybe another 6 hours to prepare for, right? So I have learned to build self-mastery over time. So that's something. You asked another question. Sorry, I'm trying to remember.
Like, how are you able to like navigate your path? Probably on the work aspect. Like, you know that this is what you wanted to stick to, and you stayed with it. Like, I've seen a lot of people move from one role to another, just trying to get the exact one that fits their personality. Or I don't know if it's clear enough to me.
Yes, yes, I totally understand. Well, I'd say that everybody tries what everybody struggles. I'm not going to say everybody struggles, but for me, it came easy for me because writing is something I've always loved to do, right? I love expressing my thoughts through writing, and I've always been the problem solver, right? So I'll say I just did the mathematics, right? This is what I know my life is all about, and this is the way in which I can maybe solve a problem or make some things happen. And I just went for it, right? Um sorry, I'm trying to like give a more practical response to it. Okay. For me, it's just me following my inner compass. That's it. It's just me following my inner compass. And I just feel like this is what I want to do. I just stuck with it. See, okay, people know me as a writer, but not so many people know me as a product manager, right? And why exactly did I choose product management as a career path? It's simple. I enjoy problem solving, and I believe that if I create products that can actually solve the kind of problems I want to solve, it's going to give me a sense of fulfillment, and that's why I went for product management. See, I realized that the reason why many people are confused is because there are so many things that are just confusing them. First, they're trying to compare their path with someone else. Secondly, some people just think that maybe if I choose this path, it's not going to look grand enough. So let me give you an example. First, I was a writer. I'm still a writer, anyways. I didn't feel very confident telling people that I was a writer because you just feel like everybody writes. So there's nothing special about what you are doing. So, right. But for me, I had a conviction that this is exactly what I want to do and is independent of what anybody thinks or what anybody likes or not. So I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I do.
So it's about following your inner compass. What exactly do you think your life is all about? So what career path can you get into that would help you to follow your purpose and you get it. So that's just what I'm going to say.
Okay, thank you so much. I mean, the part where you made reference to sleeping for a very little hours and the time management too, it's really a lot of discipline there and vision as well, knowing what you want as well. So
Yeah.
thank
And I also wanted to mention about people. Sometimes you just need help. You need help. You need relationship that can also help you. The truth is that while I was in school, I had people for everything. I had people who helped me in different aspects. So it's not something I did all by myself, right? There's times I just had to ask people for help. For example, there are days I could not attend lectures, right? It's not because I'm unserious, it's just because I have demands, you get. So what do? I'll decide to skip lecture, reach out to my friend, hey guy, please explain this to me. That sometimes that I will not even read some things. I'm not going to read some handouts. I'll just go and reach out to one of my friends. Guy, I did not read this handout. Sorry, I did not read this handout. Please just explain it to me. You get it? So that's just it. It's just being smart about it. So it's funny how some people reach out to me and be like, Gloria, explain this to me. And I told them that I don't know it. I don't be like, Gloria is a lie. You still write and you still write A. You are lying to us. And it's the truth, right? There's sometimes that I'm unable to read some handouts. All I just do is just reach out to one of my friends to just explain to me. I mean, and do what I can do to just read for the exam and just pass. So that's just it.
okay, thank you very much. I think well understood now. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for those answers. So we have more questions, but I'd recommend you send to Gloria's mail because of time constraints, and then we have to bring up our next speaker. So please, if you have further questions, do reach out to Gloria via a mail so she could give you a more detailed answer, and then she is more relaxed when answering your question. All right. So once again, Gloria, thank you so much for the amazing session. Thank you for bringing light. Thank you for answering those questions and shedding light on them. All right. Please don't forget, if you have more questions, you can always reach out to Gloria via mail. All right. Okay. So without wasting much of our time, I'll be bringing up our next speaker. All right. And with an academic background in applied geology from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, he applies his expertise in evaluating and modeling subsurface resources, advancing energy security, and delivering sustained value for investors. His multifaceted career spans impactful research, strategic consulting, and innovative business development, excuse me. Fondly known as General, he serves as the Young Professionals Chair for the European Association of Geoscientists and Engineers, EAGE, Nigerian local chapter, and Vice Chairman Projects at the Energy Institute's Young Professionals Network, YPN. An active member of NAPE, SPE, and AAPG. He also leads the Perez Nation, a platform dedicated to inspiring young people to grow in faith, character, and purpose. Recognized by the governors of Lagos and Oyo states for exemplary leadership, he is deeply committed to mentorship, lifelong learning, writing on themes rooted in the Christian faith, and engaging in policy discussions that foster national development and unity. He also loves adventure and family time. Friends, family, brothers, and sisters, please, it's my singular honor to bring up my spiritual father, my mentor, and my pastor, Pastor Oladipo Fatukasi. You have the floor, Pastor.
You're welcome, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I trust that everyone is doing fine. I want to appreciate the convener of this meeting and that Mr. God's gift and a fantastic anchor. I'm going to turn on my video for a second, but I already spoke to the organizer or the chairperson for this for the forum, Academic Hub. some things came up. We are men under authority, and I had to be somewhere for my boss. So I'm currently in an outdoor space, and that would mean that I won't be able to share my slides or keep my videos on. Maybe I'll keep my video on for a bit and then I would take it off. But I don't want it to be distracting for us. And I just trust that our session tonight would bring clarity, would bring direction, and would bring impact to everyone who is listening by the grace of God. We are looking at the topic excelling beyond. We are looking at the topic excelling beyond. What's it called now? Beyond academic walls. Excelling beyond academic walls. And I feel this topic is very, very important for young professionals and soon to be graduates, of course, and graduates. It's a topic that we must put to bear every time we are about to take the next leap, make the next move as young people, because we must learn that our lives are not fashioned or structured to be walled or to be enclosed. God has made us as super versatile, extraordinary people, supernatural people. We can reach for the sky and actually reach the sky if that's what we really want and we put in the work. So there are no restrictions, there are no limitations to what we can do and what we can achieve as people. And I want you to keep that at the back of your mind, because the mere thought of being walled around the university system can keep your vision myopic, can keep your mind closed to certain realities and certain possibilities. The possibilities available for the child of God, this is not a sermon, I'm sorry. The possibility available for you as a human is completely unmeasurable. Most of the time we put the limit, we put a cap to what it is that we can do and what it is that we can achieve. Sometimes when we achieve a little success, we think this is the best we can go, and then we draw back. We forget that the moment we're experiencing a success, at that moment God or the divine system of the world is inspiring a new idea or what to do next right inside of us. But sometimes we shut it down due to, it could be imposter syndrome, it could be fear for the unknown, it could be fear of missing out of the current success, it could just be fear of trying out something new entirely, different things. But that's not the subject of our discussion tonight. Let's go back to our topic, excelling beyond academic walls. I want to first of all establish the fact that the university system is a blessing to mankind. The institution called the university is a blessing to mankind. It's a place where you can have advanced, thorough knowledge about certain concepts and ideas and procedures, processes that govern the earth. And how you can then explore those principles or processes to not only live a comfortable life, but also to make life better for humanity. I also want to establish the fact that the university is a universe on its own. The university is a universe of its own. In its own right, it's an entire universe. And that's why you can be in a university. For those of us who have graduated from university, we can be in a university and never experience the life outside that university. We'll never experience the culture of the people that are outside the university. And yet we are right in the middle of a culture, right in the middle of an historical place. And it looks like we are for the 5, 6, oh my God, for the 4 years, right, that you are in school. Oh, Lord Almighty. The 4 years plus X, as the case may be, that you are in school, you may never have any business to do with the community around your school. Your life can be localized within the 4 walls of the university, and that will not be wrong as well. So the university system is a universe of its own. In fact, the university is a city, is a universe that has a city on its own. Are you following me tonight? You can keep yourself and survive in the university, within the university walls, without having contact with the outer world. And listen, you will still thrive. You will still do great stuff. So it's not a function of, I'm just trying to establish the fact that university is a system on its own. It's a universe of its own. Are you following me? What goes on in, for instance, the school, the alma mater of the convener of this meeting is Federal University of Technology, Akure. You can be within 4 walls of Akure and never step your feet in the city of Akure, because FUTA is in the outskirts of Akure, and you can spend 5 years plus X in that school and never experience what's going on in the town, and you will still excel. That's to show that the university itself is a universe, is a city on its own. Now, what I want to share on this evening would apply for whether you are in the university system or you are now outside or you are beyond the walls of the academia. These principles I want to share with you will apply regardless. There are many things I want to say, but again, because of the space we are in, we have to skip some things. Excelling beyond academic walls. What does it mean to excel? To excel simply means to edge others. To excel simply means to surpass the status quo, to surpass the ceiling, to go beyond, to go above what is the normal. Sometimes we call abnormal, we use it for more negative things, whereas abnormal is just above normal. Are you following me? So, if you do things that is an anomaly, it's an outlier, that's abnormal, that's above normal, and it's fine to do abnormal things positively. I have to help our minds now. It's okay to do abnormal things positively. To excel, that's what it means. To break forth of the norm, to break out of the norm. Do you understand what I'm saying? And to excel, whether within the academic walls or outside beyond the academic walls. I've put together 5 words or 5 points that we need to implement, and we can give them an acronym that I call ICAS. ICAS. It sounds like my surname, but ICAS. ICASS. ICASS. What does I stand for? I stands for information. Information. What does C stand for? C stands for collaboration. C stands for collaboration. A stands for action. Action. S stands for strategic positioning. Strategic positioning. And the last S stands for submission. Submission to what now? Submission to God's will. Submission to God's will. ICAS. Can someone put that in the chat box for us? ICAS. I is for information. C is for collaboration. A is for action. S is for strategic positioning. And the final S is for submission to God's will. I need to apologize in advance. We may not touch on everything, but I'll do my best to discuss as much as we can. What does I stand for? Information. Information is any bit of what? Of thought, any bit of news, any bit of info. I can't use information. Any bit of news or thoughts, right? That can influence your thinking and your acting. Any bit of information that can influence your thinking and your action. Information. That's what information means. Now, I need to establish that you cannot go beyond the information at your disposal. You cannot go beyond the information at your disposal. The more informed you are, the brighter you shine, the better your performance, the more results you command. The more results you command. By just having more information at your disposal. And every information that you get has a way of stimulating the moves you make. Every information that you get has a way of stimulating It has a way of stimulating the moves that you make. It has a way of informing the decisions that you make. Every information that you receive. And the moves that you make by this information has the capacity to generate a wave. Has capacity to generate a wave. And the waves that you generate also have capacity to what? To generate news for you. Are you following me, please? I apologize for the different breaks. Every information that you get has a way of stimulating the moves that you make, has a way of informing the decisions that you take. And the decisions that you take can either create a positive or negative wave for you. It generates a wave. People talk about you. People talk about what you are doing. But the back end will be that you have received an information. The difference many times between winners and losers in life is the quality of information that they have. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is directly proportional to the quality of the information at their disposal, and it applies for poverty and prosperity as well. The information you have, what makes the rich rich is the information at their disposal. The information of what to invest, of where to invest, the information of what property to buy, the information of what assets to buy, the information of the next big business to invest in, the information of what estates to buy. Information is the major bridge. The Bible makes it clear for those of you that are spiritual that people would perish because they lack knowledge. Information is very key. You are preserved by what you know. You can be destroyed by what you don't know. Information is very, very important. Information. That's why they say education is the greatest weapon or the greatest investment that you can make in a child. Why? Because you are empowering that child with information that he needs to make certain decisions in your absence, certain profitable decisions. Profitable decisions. Information, knowledge. It's very, very important. Because if you don't know something, you cannot even enjoy the possibilities or the potentials or the benefits that that thing has in store for you, because you simply don't know it. You wouldn't know the possibilities that certain equipment around you can do. Even your mobile phones, you don't know how much it can do because you are ignorant of the information of its possibilities. And the world is very unfair to ignorance. Every ignorant man is punished one way or the other. Every ignorant man is punished one way or the other. The world is unfair to the ignorant man. Information, very, very powerful. You want to excel beyond the academic walls, even within the academic walls, you must pursue information gathering. No great vision will drive itself. Information is a fuel to make your vision thrive. Information. You need to fuel your great vision with great information. What you know sets you apart. It's called knowledge, because what you know would give you an edge. It's as simple as that. Give you an edge over the one that doesn't know. You'll be amazed how you are shocked. You prepared for a presentation and you are speaking, and everybody is wondering, where did this guy get this from? But you read the material over the night that gave you an additional insight into that subject matter. So when you come forth to speak, everybody is amazed, everybody is aghast. What is playing out there is information giving you superiority, knowledge giving you an edge over others. Very, very important to excel beyond academic walls or within academic walls. Your intellectual capacity plays a major role. You cannot be complacent with gathering technical knowledge, with gathering such sound intellectual capacity. You must be deeply versed in your field for you to excel. Again, the world is very wicked to the ignorant man. You must be committed to searching out for new bodies of knowledge, answers to questions that are raised in your heart as you study, as you read. You must be inquisitive. Even the Bible records in Matthew 7:7 that only those who ask are permitted to receive answers. There is no benefit in being ignorant about things that are going on in your field. It is going to haunt you, because the same energy you could have used to get that knowledge, you have used that energy to enjoy TikTok, because now you are beyond academic course. There is no pressure of submitting projects, of submitting seminars, or submitting assignments or group works. So you are gallivanting around, whereas you should be amassing information. No knowledge goes to waste. There is always going to be a window under heaven, one time or the other, for the expression of that knowledge that you have gathered. You must develop an habit to constantly search. You must be hungry. You must be a voracious yearner for information. It will set you apart. I'm telling you the truth. And the information you need to excel will not just jump at you. You must go all out for it. By all means, get information. There was a song when I was very young that I'm trying to remember. It's a song that was saying, "Oh, if you get wisdom, you get sense." That kind of thing. I think the song is "Wisdom Aquino are those of wisdom. Wisdom Aquino are those of wisdom. Wisdom Aquino are those of wisdom. Wisdom Aquino are those of wisdom." It goes on to say something that says, "Get wisdom, get sense." You have to search for knowledge by all means. The Bible says you should buy the truth and sell it not. I know this is not a spiritual meeting, but the principles of the Bible applies to both believers and unbelievers, and that's how interesting the thing is with the scripture. The principles recorded in the scripture would work for anyone that applies them. So I desecrated information into three phases, or into three. Number one, spiritual information. I see I'm already referencing spiritual information. Number two, professional information. That is technical information that is bespoke to your field of endeavor, to your field of study. Bespoke information that is particular to the chosen path of career that you have decided to build, whether it is in business, whether it is in talent acquisition, whether it's in technology, whether it's in engineering, medicals, whether it's in arts, commercial, whatever it is that you have chosen to do with your brain. You must go all out to possess professional information. You have to put the word professional there, because you can be gathering information from your radio station. That will not get you anywhere. Gather cutting-edge professional information. Pay for trainings. I'm going for a train. I left the training this afternoon. This is even like a leadership training I left this afternoon. I'm going for a professional training next week, Saturday and Sunday. Next week, Saturday and Sunday, I'm traveling to Abuja for another training. You must be generous towards getting yourself trained. There is nothing more profitable. I was in the bit weeks of maybe getting a new clothes or buying new books. I said, you know what? Let clothes wait. I need to buy about 10 books from a particular author. You must pursue wisdom. My nights are getting shorter now because I'm trying to build myself technically. I'm trying to grow technical roots, technical depth. I'm trying to grow. So my nights are getting shorter because every time I open this book to read, it's like what I've known is not sufficient to get me to where I want to go to. You must be hungry about amassing knowledge. Professional information. We have looked at spiritual or scriptural information, which are profitable to direct. The Bible says in Proverbs that wisdom is profitable to direct. I can go ahead and mention several scriptures about knowledge and spiritual information, but we've got to fly today. We've spoken about professional information, and now let's also talk about life information. Life information. There are certain things that life will teach you. Is what you call experience. You are not allowed to make the same mistake twice. It means you fail to learn in the school of life.
Experience is such a good teacher because most of the lessons you get by experience, you never forget. It sticks to your brain. It sticks to your retentive memory. It may not be the best teacher, but you cannot take away from experience how good it is. If you want to get better at doing anything, what you need is experience. You see, there are 3 dimensions. There's the length, there's the breadth, and there's the depth. The depth is amassing knowledge, more knowledge. The breadth is being able to apply that knowledge in different areas, right? Application, that's breadth. And there's the length. That length is what comes by time. There are certain things that will not happen to you except you have gone through certain times, certain processes. Processes is subject to time. Data T is subject to time. So there are some things that will not happen because you, many of us like Indomie things. Life is not Indomie. Sometimes it takes beans to be, it takes the time for beans to cook, for you to also be cooked. It takes that pressure, that time for you to be properly cooked so that more people can enjoy and you can give more nutrients, more benefit to those that are connected to you or to the organization that you serve. Life's information, you must excel. If you combine these 3, if you combine these 3 sets of information or knowledge, you will excel. Nothing empowers you like knowledge. Nothing empowers you like knowledge. You must also have at the back of your mind that it is what you know that will make you known. It is what you know that would what? That would make you known. It is what you know that would make you known. When you are informed with the right information, the next thing you begin to experience is transformation. To be informed is to be transformed, and to be uninformed is to be deformed. Information, knowledge is your gateway for your advancement, is a cure for your frustrations. You must possess a working knowledge. That's information. Working knowledge. It is not redundant. It is not stale. It is working. It is alive. For you to excel, we're talking about excelling beyond academic walls now. Anyhow you flip it, this principle would work for you. And the speed you will travel in life is dependent on the quality of information that you have, the level of insight you're operating with. Listen to me. The brighter you see, the faster you go. The brighter you see, the faster you go. Information is light and is a currency for destiny. Is a currency to excel. Is a currency to excel. What you need is more and more purchasing power of that currency. What you need is more and more purchasing power. How do you get purchasing power? You invest now. Invest your time in getting to know, in acquiring knowledge. You are building capital to excel. You are building capital to excel. You are building capital to excel. Let's go to C because of our time. Because of our time. C, you remember we're talking about ICAS, an acronym of the pillars you need to excel beyond academic walls, or even if you are within academic walls. We said I is information, C is collaboration, A is action, S is strategic positioning, and the last S is submission to God's will. So let's look at C, collaboration. The first speaker has brought a lot about collaborating and building communities. You need a community. In the book of Daniel, when Daniel was stranded, he needed to give an answer to the king's vision. All the astrologers, all the magicians, all the soothsayers had given interpretations that were false and they all failed. And it was Daniel's time. Daniel said, King, give me a night. Let me go to my bed. Let me go to my secret place. And he went home to meet the Bible says to meet his companions. Azariah, that's what you call Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And he said, there is this thing, this secret that must be revealed to us before tomorrow. And the 4 of them went to God in prayer, and also I'm sure they also went to study, and they woke up in the morning with the solution to that problem. See, you need a space of people that can propel you. You need people that can propel you. I can talk for an hour about this, but you need them. You need them. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. We have to run. You need this kind of people that can push you, people whose vision can challenge yours without you getting jealous or envious. But you believe that if I walk among 5 smart people, even though I'm not smart, I am sure that with time I would also come to their level of smartness, because my decisions will now be informed. What would inform my decision will be based on their perception. And if they are getting their decisions right, it's only a matter of time before I also get my decision right, as long as I stay close to them. Walk with the wise so that you will be wise, the Bible says. The Bible says that iron sharpeneth iron, so that the countenance of a friend sharpens the other. You must find the right company if you want to excel. Go together as a team so that you can go far. A lot of us, we have suffered from being lone wolves, and I'm a victim. I won't lie to you. I look at myself and I see myself that there are places, there are things that I ought to be doing and places I ought to be. But I have lived life as a lone wolf for so long. It is not a wise way to live life. You must learn to go together with your team, with a team of like-minded people. If you go that way, the Bible says that if you are alone and you walk, you will fall. And when you fall, there will be no one to pick you. But he said, if you are two, if you fall, that is, the probability that you fall is low. I can't remember the exact scripture in Ecclesiastes, but he says that if you go alone as one, when you fall, who will be there to pick you up? And then the second partner says that if you go in twos, if you fall, that is, your falling is not even certain, the other will pick you up. You need people around you. Let's move from collaboration, the second C. You need collaboration. I feel like talking more on this. Collaborate. Your vision would not thrive. Your vision would not transcend you. Your vision will not go beyond your bedroom if you don't learn to bring the best brains together to collaborate. There is no great vision on earth that is one man. Every great vision has has component of different people chipping in their own opinions, chipping in their own ideas to make the vision work. You are stronger as a team than when you are alone. You are stronger as a team than when you are alone. Let's move from there because of time. Let's talk about action. The next word. Action. Action. Action is very important. I don't know how best to define action now. I don't know how best to define action. But I know that, oh my, getting to work on what you know is action. Applying what you know is action. Making moves is action. Taking steps is action. Action breaks the inertia and creates momentum. It breaks the inertia and creates momentum. Are you following me, someone? Action. Sorry, excuse the noise. Again, desperate times require desperate measure. We have given our word to be on this meeting, so to change our agreements at such a short timing will be very, very, very irresponsible of me, and I won't like to go back on my word. So let's break action down into what it means. What does action mean? A, in action, means to acquire knowledge. You have spoken about that. A, to acquire knowledge. C, is to commit to your vision. Commit to your vision. You must be committed to what you see. You must be, oh my God. You must be commissioned to your vision. What is that thing that knowledge has created? What picture has knowledge created for you? What picture has knowledge created in you? You must be committed to what you see as a vision. Be committed to your purpose. Be committed to your plan. Be committed to your strategy. Be committed to it. See, T in action means to target building process. To target building process. Many of us, we fail because our minds are on the result. We stress on the result instead of concentrating on the process. You see this our popular cliche, trust the process. It may look like a cliche, it may look overly abused. Some people may even debate it however they want to debate it. It's a very powerful word. trusting the process. But beyond trusting the process, you must put in the action to building the process. It is an intentional thing. Building the process, it's an intentional thing. Creating a system is an intentional thing. Creating a system around your plans is an intentional thing. Nobody succeeds by mistake. No success doesn't happen to people by mistake. You must target building processes. Start small. Start from laying your bed when you wake up. Start from brushing your teeth early in the morning before you have breakfast. I know some of you don't do that. Target building processes. Start from writing down what you think. No matter how funny it sounds in your head, write it down. As you write, it gets clearer. Remember what I told you? The brighter your path, the faster you go. And it is information that brightens up your path. It is action that gives you speed where you stand, because action produces momentum. I know sometimes some of us, we feel stuck. Oh, I've applied for this, I've applied for that. I'm not getting mails to write the exams. I'm not getting mails to say that, oh, you have been offered this. I have tried all I can try. It looks like I'm failing. I am stuck. Take a break. Take a rest. Take a chill pill. I don't support taking pills like that. I mean, take a drink. Go somewhere. Go see a movie. Clear your head. Take a walk in a very serene environment. Come back and sit down and start cycling again. Cycle again. And the way to move forward on the bicycle is to paddle one more time. Just a cyclic rotation, you have moved further. Another cyclic rotation, you have moved further. Another cyclic rotation, you have moved further. Before you know it, you have gained momentum. Action produces momentum. So whenever you feel stuck, take a moment, rest, and come back to the table. What am I doing that is not right? Take action. Target building process. I in action would mean improve daily. Improve daily. That's where the momentum I just talked about can come into play. Improve daily. Add something to your body of knowledge. Do something new every time. Practice what you have learned. Improve daily. Learn a new language. Send a mail to somebody. Improve daily. Ask people to review what you are doing. Ask people to review what you are doing. Peer-to-peer review. Pardon me, this is what I'm doing. Oh, I better check them. It makes sense. Remember that you have first built a community that is not negative. They are positive. Remember that. So they won't pull down your vision. Rather, they will constructively tell you what to do. And if you have friends who are not mature and they try to do that, you must be able to discern and decipher. You must be able to sieve their good intentions from their wrong presentation. You must be able to see their good intention through their bad or wrong presentation, so you can preserve that friendship and also teach them how best to present it. Improve daily. The O in action is to oppose opposition. Find out things that keep you stuck. Write them down. Find out things that have made you fail. Write them down. Find out things that have caused you to remain on this spot. Write them down. What am I not doing correctly? It's when we say oppose your position, it's a moment for reflection. To reflect on how you have been doing things, because you cannot continue to do the same thing the same way and expect a different result. That will be completely unwise. My God, my time is up. That will not be wise. Oppose opposition. Fight negative mindset with every weapon in your arsenal, because your mind and your brain play a major role in your excelling in life. If your mind cannot capture it, your brain cannot understand it. The mind has to first capture it for the brain to understand. The brain is more procedural. The mind is more spontaneous. Your mind is connected to the inspiration of God. Your brain is connected to the reality of your mindset. Your brain cannot go beyond your mind. You must consciously build your mind so that your brain can become profitable. so that your brain can profit from the fruit of your mind. Every framework that doesn't allow for your excelling in the way you think, in the way, some people, your current level of exposure cannot make you excel in life. You need to step out of where you are, step out of the place you are, and see life from a different angle. It is better to view life from the top. The perspective is very beautiful. I was in a building today that had several stories, and I was standing on one of those top stories, and I saw a very beautiful view of Lagos. I saw how beautiful the coastal roads are, the coastal roads that the president is constructing. I saw how beautiful the architectural system on the island is. I saw how construction is being done. They are not new to me. I've seen them from top of buildings before, but every time I go to a different rooftop, I get a different perspective. I appreciate things in a different dimension. Make sure that you pull down every stronghold in your mind that is making you not see the possibility of you excelling in your chosen path of career. Make sure you go to any length, you pay any money, any amount to get your mind unworked from seeing negativities, from seeing impossibilities. Your mind will be programmed to see possibilities in every situation. And end in action is never quit. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on. Don't stop. Don't stop till you achieve what your dreams are, till you achieve the vision that information has casted on your heart, till you achieve what God has destined and proposed for you to be. Don't stop. If you fail, try again. There is no sweet story without failure in it. There is none. There is no sweet story without failure in it. Even in the creation of mankind, failure of man had to be included in the story for it to become sweet. Never quit. Quitters never excel. Those that try again, they would excel. Try again. Send in the application. Send that mail. Reach out to that person for mentorship. Send that voice message. Call that person. Send that SMS. Do something again. Do it again. Do something again. Do it again. I need to mention this to you. It's what I call the mystery of on the go. The mystery of on the go. Many times we pray to God to bless us. Many times we pray to God to do this. I was talking to one of my mentees one time some weeks ago, and I told him, I said, the grace of God is actually reflected as we go. That was not the exact word how I put it, just paraphrasing. I remember sharing with him that the blessings of God actually would reflect in our life as we move in obedience to his word, as we move in obedience to his voice. The grace of God is manifested in our motion in the direction of the instruction of God. The grace and the blessings of God are manifest in our life, are tangibly visible in our lives by our motion in the direction of the instruction that God gives to us. The mystery of on the go. Jesus told those people that came to meet him at the wedding of Canaan that, fill the pot with water. And they said, okay, it is only water. He said, as you go, give to the head of the ceremony. It was as they went that the water turned to wine. When Jesus was going to multiply 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes, the disciples were wondering, oh God, please don't embarrass us in this place. Let these people just go to their houses. The Bible says he gave thanks and they break the bread and he gave to the disciples. As they went, the bread multiplied. Even the power of God is felt as we go. The Bible says that you shall receive power after the Holy Ghost come upon you. You shall be witness unto me. Where in Samaria, in Judea, in Jerusalem, it is as you go from city to city that the power of God will be made manifest through you. The power of God is dynamic, it is not static. The grace of God is dynamic, it is not static. You would only see them reflected in your life as you act, as you take action on what God or what your vision is saying, or what the information that you have is informing you to do. Listen to me. Inaction is an action. Indecision is a decision. And if you do nothing, you see nothing. You do nothing, you have no input, you cannot demand for an output. Gigo, garbage in, garbage out. You did it in primary school. If you don't garbage in something, if you don't garbage in a code, if you don't garbage in a data, you cannot get out an output. If you don't plant a seed, you cannot reap an harvest. So what are the benefits of taking action? Quickly, I need to wrap it up now. I told us that, my God, maybe if God permits us, or if time again permits us, we'll talk about strategic positioning and submission to God's will. Benefit of taking early action. Number one, your purpose is established. You don't gain, you cannot be deceived. You cannot be turned away by fables. You cannot be turned away by winds of doctrines. You know for a certainty that this is what you have been called, and this is what you ought to do with your life. So when you take action, your purpose is established early. You're texting me. Just let me know what you are saying instead of just writing hello, sir. Your purpose is established. Established purpose, number one. Number two, established vision. Number three, established name. Remember what I told you about the information you have informing your action then generating waves. The waves now what generating news about you. So the same thing. Action would give to you established name. You will be known for something. From established name, you become a brand. You don't need to be present before people defend and talk about your brand positively. Established brand. And number five, which is very important concerning legacy, established posterity. Established posterity. So established purpose, established vision, established name, and established brand. And also number five, established posterity. Established posterity. All right. I would have loved to talk about strategic positioning and submission to God's will, but that would be for another time. So I would leave us with these thoughts that the race is not for the swift. The race is for the informed who takes action on the information that he has received and positions him or herself strategically, both to submission of God's will for his life and also for his destiny. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince and not confuse you that certain things you need to excel beyond academic walls are these five. There's five of many, but I hope the three that we've been able to touch on today has been able to add to you in no small measure. If you take what I've told you tonight, you can plug and play in different areas of your life at whatever level of life you find yourself, and you would get results. So I've tried to make the teaching tonight not boxed to beyond academic course, but even to your career, to your purpose, to your calling, whatever it is that you have been called and you desire to do with your life. I hope that this has greatly impacted and added to you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. God's blessings.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's jam hands together for him. Let's celebrate General for this session. It has been a wonderful one. Thank you so much for bringing us a multi-faced perspective to life after school, to life beyond school. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so let's bring the questions coming. If you have any question, please, we can either type them in the chat or we can raise up our hands to ask the questions. Thank you. Questions. Let's keep the questions coming in. Anyone? Let's keep the questions coming in. If you have any question, this is the right time to ask your question. I believe I believe the session has been so impactful. We've learned a lot, and sometimes the proof of learning is to ask questions. Okay, okay, God's gift, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this session. So I just wanted to ask concerning talking about going for events, positioning ourselves, especially for undergraduates. How do they make plans for that? Did they just attend events, or especially when it is paid for? I think those are part of the limiting factors for it. How can they go about it, and networking as well? I love that you shared some light on that, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thank you for that question. So, for young people who are still in school and you're concerned about events or conferences or programs that are paid, let me share it with you. When I was in 100 level, that was 2018. There was a conference by the association that I belong to, the Nigerian Petroleum, Nigerian Association for Petroleum Exploration. It was holding Fupri, Wari, that's Efron in Wari. The cost was about 10,000 naira, and I was in 100 level. So that was after my first semester exams. I called my mom. I said, "Oh, mommy, I want to be at this conference." He said, "No, you just finished first 100 level first semester. Come home and rest. Otiru, you have grown so lean." This, I said, "No, mommy, my life has started. Let me go for this thing." She said, "No, because it was you're going to pay for it." I said, "Mom, just send the money now." She said, "No." Well, I had saved up my money because I knew the attitude of my mommy at that time that she would want me to return home. So I saved up about 6,000. I think just around that time I got maybe like 3,000 or so. Anyway, I gave my level advisor 9,000 or 8,000. I can't remember the exact amount. And the department decided to, let me in on transport. So I joined without paying for transport. Sometimes you don't need to overreach if you are just starting. Just be in the environment. There's something it does to you. It unlocks your imagination. And I think these are things that money cannot buy. The exposure that comes with an heightened imagination. Don't put monetary value on it. It's worth it. What that does for your imagination is it gives you an idea of what is possible for you. That money that you pay for those conferences, they expand your mind to see what is possible, what is attainable for you. And there's no amount of money you can give to that. Because by the time you arrive at your future with the right mindset, with the right resources, and in the right place, you will discover that the money you paid for that experience was actually nothing to write home about compared to what you're experiencing now, the good life you're enjoying, and the impact and influence that you have now. So if you can raise money, you don't need to borrow. Don't borrow. Raise money. Attend. The first time I was going to attend the conference at a hotel, the National Annual International Conference and Exhibition. That was 2019. 2018, not 2019. Is it 2019? It's 2019, I beg your pardon. I did not have money for accommodation. Myself and my friend, Ayodele, is currently in the UK now. He's studying sustainable engineering in university in the United Kingdom. Amazing guy. Both of us, Angela Ayodele, we left Akure with Mayo Daramola. We left Akure and we got to Ogudu. We didn't even know the bus just dropped us at Ogudu. We didn't know anywhere in Lagos. AY's dad had to drive from Aja to pick us that night. He dropped Angela and I, a guy. He dropped us at a hotel. We got to a hotel. We saw how beautiful it was our first time. It was magnificent. Unlike the quality now has reduced drastically. Everyone was lighted, beautiful. And we looked and said, "Oh boy, where we go crash today?" And we said, "You know what? Mo go sleep for the car park." We're on our way to the car park. when a man saw both of us seated on the pavement and said, "Ah, young guys, what are you doing here?" We said, "We are here for napping." He said, "Ah, so what are you doing here by this time? It's quite late." We said, "We don't have anywhere to sleep there. We want to go and sleep in the car park." The man said, "What?" Say, "Where are you from?" We said, "Futa Akure." He said, "No, no, you can't do that." The man drove us to a neighbor hotel, lodged us, paid for our accommodation for 4 nights, and the man went off. I'm not saying you should go and sleep in car park. I'm not saying that, right? What I'm saying is there is no sacrifice that is too much for your future. Trust me, there is no sacrifice. Count your costs, right? Make informed decision. I don't know if I'm answering your question, but this is what's coming to my heart. I can give a more structured answer, but I just rather answer you from my heart, right? So that's what I would advise. Attend these conferences. You attend the first time, you see what is working, you see what is going on. Oh, people are making paper presentations. That already informs you. You ask again. Remember our first principle. You ask again, how can I present a paper? Oh, you look for a problem and then you gather materials on how to solve them. And then you put them together in an academic writing and you present. What does that do? You sell yourself, you become internationally recognized. Who knows? Maybe you can even win an award for quality paper presented and things like that. You get what I'm saying? So just take the first step to attend and let every other thing build up. From there, you observe networking and you now begin to practice networking. You must first observe networking, you see what works, see what doesn't work, and then you begin to now practice networking. I hope this has answered your question.
Yes, sir. It really did. Thank you so much, sir. And then I saw a question on the YouTube page. Please. I understand that the environment is very important in shaping our mindset and life experience. So the question is, what can I do if I can't leave my current environment and it is limiting?
Awesome question. What can you do if you can't leave your current environment and it is limiting? Your mind will travel through books that were not written in your environment. Get books from seasoned authors, achievers, high flyers. What they are doing is they are documenting their exposure in writing so that whoever reads that writing can be immersed into their experience and partake of their exposure. So your mind will travel outside your environment, outside the walls of your location. Your horizon would have been enlarged. Your horizon would have reached for the sun by just reading in the confines of your room. You are in Akure, but your mind has been through Norway, Spain, Finland, Russia, America, Scotland. Your mind has traveled far because you immersed yourself in the materials of high flyers who have experienced life and have achieved great results. So get books. The Bible says, buy the truth and sell it not. Buy books. Buy books. I wanted to buy one book today. I saw the price. I just humble. I wish I could buy that book, but it was too much for me. Buy books. If you don't have money to buy books, go online and download free ebooks. There are websites to do that. You get what I'm saying? Buy books. You travel out of there. Watch YouTube videos. Do night sub. If you can't do full stop, do night sub or do YouTube sub. And watch videos. Watch videos that are in your line of field or videos that can propel your vision. Oh, how to think strategically, how to build ideas, how to build a product. Just watch videos. You are transporting your mind. Very soon, very soon, your physical location will change to the location of your mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The last word there, physical location will change to the location of our mind. Really, really profound. Thank you so much, sir. All right, so what's your questions?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the answers. It has been a very, very wonderful one. I've really learned a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for shedding light on the importance of environment. Thank you for shedding light on the importance of acquiring knowledge and even the importance of sacrifice, even as a tender and a young person. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, Right about now, we will end tonight's session, and from here, I will hand over everything to the founder of the Academic Growth Hub, Akibe God's Gift, to wrap up the session for tonight. Thank you all for joining.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for everyone that participated in the call. I'm very grateful, and I believe we've all learned one or two things from the first speaker, Ms. Gloria, and to the second speaker, General JC. Right. There's one thing that stood out from both sessions is we talked about discovery, and you must understand that it is very important, even as undergraduates, that beyond the grades that we get in school, there's still a life beyond that. I mean, several things makes more sense now when we got out of school structure. I was discussing with Precious earlier that a lot of things has really changed, and so a lot of people there still trying to navigate our path and question of what next. But imagine how beautiful it would be when you've started preparing for the future, even as an undergraduate. So please, let's do well to make the most of information, like our speaker has spoken. Make the most of every information we get, build the right community or get into the right community. Please don't be afraid to take risk and sacrifices for the future, right? A lot of people might not understand because your vision is unique to you. So you know where you're going, right? Miss Gloria made a reference to the fact that sometimes she's even walking while in the shuttle. I mean, I remember an experience where I had to trek to school. Right, I schooled in Futa, not because I don't have money to take shuttle, but because I wanted to read while I was trekking to, just to make the most of my time. So it might not make sense to others, but it made much sense to me. So volunteer, collaborate, position yourself. Several experiences have been shared, so I don't um waste much of our time repeating them. But please, you can always go over the session. It's recorded on YouTube, and you can please share with your friends. Apologies for extending beyond the time frame, the time schedule we had in mind. We are so sorry. And I would love to appreciate every member of my team. I mean, this would have not been possible without them. First, I appreciate God for the idea, for the grace to carry out this assignment. But then I would appreciate the gift of men as well. Kayode Bella, Precious, Alabi, Stella, Fatomilola, Moses. Yes, amazing graphics designers. And there's Moses, there's Victor, there's Okoyemi. So please, in case you need designs, someone to design for you, amazing one. I have a lot of them around me that I can link you up with. I would appreciate Pelumi as well. He's such a very good friend. And everyone that supported Samuel, Susan, Adedeji, Susan. Yes, my very good friend, Olowo Kamiye. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, Dolapo. Thank you, everyone. And Mama Mutinara, thank you so much. General Jesse, my mentor, thank you. And to our speaker, Gloria, it was a wonderful session with you. So thank you very much, dear all. And I would love us to do something together. So can we unmute our mic and just say thank you, sir. Thank you, Miss Gloria, and thank you, Mr. General Jesse, in one word together. Can we do that together, please? Thank you, sir. Or we can type it in the comment section. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Gloria. Thank you, General.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you, Miss Gloria.
All right. If you have any other question, please feel free to reach out to me. You can drop it in my DM, or if you're in the community, you can drop it there. I believe the link has been sent to us to join the Academic Growth Up community, the WhatsApp community for undergraduate across various institutions in Nigeria. And our goal is to get men many students enlightened and equipped with the right information that would aid their success even beyond the academic walls. Right? We've gotten testimonials of scholarships gotten, improved CGPAs, and many, many more. All right. So please feel free to join us and in extension invite your friends as well. So thank you. Oh, someone asked for the YouTube channel. Just type Akibe God Gift, and for now we've not created an official YouTube page for it. So I'm just using my YouTube channel. And then for the LinkedIn, you can type Academic Growth Hub on LinkedIn. I'm sure you're going to see the channel there, the community as well. So thank you. I believe we've all learned something. We've all learned something. It's really, really good to see you in Enlightened 2.0. And we trust God very soon, something big is coming. Something very big is coming. I mean, and the greatest appreciations, or the greatest way I know that okay, you guys have really, really learned one or two things is by the result that comes from the event. So I'm rooting for every one of us, and I want to see us at the peak of our careers. Right, we can do great things from where we are. We can do great things from small place. It's okay to start local, but please let's think global. The world is waiting for us. It's waiting for you, every one of us. Yeah, it's waiting for you. So thank you, and please have a wonderful night. God bless you. Thank you. Okay. All right.